This is Wave Race 64. I'm going to be doing Normal Championship, which is the easiest speedrun I picked up about a month and a half ago. And let me know when we're ready for time. Oh, sorry. Can we start that again? Sorry. I have to start. I'm going to start, and it actually saves about half a second to restart after from the inside, and that's the standard timing for the category. I'll count you down, yeah. 3, 2, 1, alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Normal Championship. This is the Japanese re-release with the Rumble Pack support and also a ghost in the form of a dolphin for time trial. At the start here, there's a 1-frame input to get the full power up. I didn't get it there, but I got 4, which is pretty good. And throughout the race, I'll be tapping B through the whole category. When I tap B, it brings me down to the base level of the waves and can save considerable amount of time on each course. I overturned that for a couple of those first turns pretty hard, so I'd be lucky to get a 107 here. World record in this category is 9:26 by Shibbypod. He is an excellent runner, unparalleled in this game. We have a pretty active community on speedrun.com/WR64, and I currently have the 4th best time in this category with a time of 9:55. So I was lucky to get a 107 there despite my mistakes.
You finished first and got to move on to the
Welcome to Sunset Bay.
Warm up your engines.
So we got orange Kool-Aid here.
3, 2, 1.
And I got max power this time. That's a 1-frame input on the start of every course. Pretty nice corner there. A lot of this game just comes down to mashing B enough to keep yourself in the water and having precise turns. The sound effects are different in the Japanese version. They made a couple changes to the sound effects, including the buoys, but also the music is different in several levels, including that first one, which has a much more upbeat and fast. Yeah, there we go. Alright. This has been pretty clean so far, no real mistakes. That was a pretty bad corner there, probably lost half a second. I'm going to skip a couple of the buoys here at the end, and that saves a little bit of time. 108 there is a pretty good time. Currently on PB pace.
You finished first and got to move on to the
Probably +8 or +0.8 or something, but I can save so much time on these levels. That this is the level with no waves, so the music is excellent. Drake Lake. They didn't change the music in this one. Yeah, I know. And that was a really bad corner. This corner coming up here is pretty much the bane of the whole course. I didn't take it very well this time, but we'll see about next laps. And that was pretty decent other than the 2 turns that actually matter. These 2 turns here are very sharp, and if you oversteer at all, then you're losing like a second. That was better. Ultimately, you want to be in a straight line as much as possible, or just barely changing your angle. Any kind of sharp angle changes significantly slow you down in the game. Again, kind of sloppy corner there. But this is a very difficult level. And that's the first crash of the run. That's alright though. Probably wastes about 5 seconds, something like that. 4 seconds. Pretty much every crash loses you a lot of time. Yeah, my PB is 113 on that level, so that was pretty terrible actually.
You finished first and got to move on to the next.
Welcome to Marine.
Who's gonna win?
Well, it's going pretty well altogether. No big deals here. That's a pretty big deal, but it means I'll have to take a slow route here. You can actually skip over that barrier at the start there. We'll see if I can get this. There's a trick that saves about 5 seconds on every lap. Oh, I had the setup for it, but I goofed her. That's okay. That's okay though. You're able to dive underneath that wall, and that saves you going around this section here. Hopefully I'll be able to show you in the next lap.
Keep the pace.
And I wasn't able to get there. I tried to force it. I'm not gonna go for it on the third lap because these guys can actually, these CPUs can actually beat me if I fail that all 3 laps. Oh, it's a very difficult trick. There's not many people in the community that can do it. It was one of the first things that I was very good at is the dive. It actually works off the trick because there's tricks in this game you can do when you go off ramps. They'll give you different points, but there's a dive trick that actually comes in handy in several levels in the speedrun, including this one. For the single level speedrun of this level, you use a different character, and this character is just a little too fast. It's the fattest character in the game, Dave Mariner. He's the American. He's really fat, but he has a lot of momentum, so that means he can steer pretty poorly around corners, unless you really know what you're doing.
3, 2, 1.
So 2 max powers, not bad. I had a one that was 3 flags, which is pretty. I think that loses like over a second from the start to not get max power and get 3 instead. Pretty straightforward level here. Port Pirate. It's called Port Blue in the English version, but the Japanese version calls it Port Pirate, which I liked. I always thought that was pretty cool. Hey, who knows? There could be pirates here. Just don't see them. This is a pretty straightforward level, not too much to do with it. This one corner here can screw you up pretty badly if you miss it. Or go off the ramp. Anytime you go in the air in this game, you lose a significant amount of time and speed because you're not in contact with the water and your engine can't move. It's very close to how real physics would work in a lot of how the waves in this game work. If you hit the waves at a wrong angle, you can be thrown completely off your jet ski or just lose a whole bunch of speed.
You finished first and got to move on to the next.
So this is the last stage in the game. There's really great music. I actually really like the Japanese changes to the music on this stage, or chorus rather. Very upbeat. Overall, the music in this game are just huge. And yeah, there are Fanta ads in this in the Japanese version. In the IQ version, it says IQ. The Chinese IQ is an N64 release in China, And in the original US version, those would be Kawasaki ads. That dolphin, or that whale there, is just telling me that I've been first in every single race course so far. If that isn't the case, then he doesn't show up like that. Okay, so I got a new best lap on that one. That was a pretty good lap, apparently. My English card has a little bit better times on it, but that's a good sign. Yeah, there's a lot of really tight, precise adjustments. Time coming up here. Time is now. What was the time? That's 10:14 is an excellent time for having only picked up the game. That is 9th place overall on the leaderboard, so pretty good run. Yeah, I'm gonna set up for the Smash Bros run now, I guess. Same system, yeah. I'll just have to replace the cartridge, so I'll be right back.